You're watching Morning at NTV. I am Viola Sasira. If you are just joining us, you are welcome. If you've been with us since morning, since the beginning, you're also welcome again from the break, and we are very happy to have you here. We look at our business updates, and this morning we look at telecommunication business growth and service operations. From expanding network infrastructure to the rise of mobile financial services and digital platforms, telecom companies are playing a central role in driving economic growth and inclusion in Uganda. But with this growth comes important questions. How are telecom businesses scaling sustainability? And today we are sitting down with John Paul Okwi from MTN Uganda to have this discussion. And John Paul, you're welcome.
Very well, thank you.
Yes, MTN Uganda has been evolving over the years.
Absolutely.
What role does it exactly play in the life of Ugandans?
Well, we are the biggest network in Uganda currently. But that is actually not the important issue. The important point right now is that we are championing something different. We are championing, and we have realized, we all know for a fact that 70% of Uganda is actually young. It's a young population, and we believe that the young people at MTN, the young people represent creativity, energy, thrive, passion, and all those kinds of things. And at MTN, we are championing a Free Your Fire campaign to unleash this fire, this ambition, this creativity, this hustle that represents our young people. So we are going way beyond. It's now way beyond just products and services that connect the young people to the things that they love to do, but we are scaling this a lot further. Yeah.
Many young people today feel like they're figuring things out for themselves.
That's true.
That is to do with the evolving, what can I say, technology. That would be AI and so much more that is coming up. So when people talk about the network, what does that really mean for today's young people in Uganda? But also, what is MTN Uganda doing to avail platforms for young people to be able to grow even further?
That's a good question. I think it really begins from the foundation. It begins from the network. MTN has developed and scaled up this very robust network that now becomes the ground zero for everything else, because now we are able to scale that up with mobile money, where you are able to close the financial inclusivity gap, send money, receive money, make payments, receive money for your business, make sales and revenue. And a quick one on that one, that Uganda is the most entrepreneurial country. We have a lot of young people, young adults who are running businesses. But that's not all. We are also providing tools and platforms, online connectivity data to enable people to express themselves, connect, and do all these things that they really want to passionately do.
And speaking about data, how has your experience showed you that what is the feedback about the data, the packages with MTN, and how the young people are able to afford it? Speaking about especially people in up-country areas.
Yeah, the feedback has been, of course, very, very good. MTN has scaled up its network right now to ensure that Ugandans, our young people, are able to create and express themselves. And particularly for the young people, we have come up with, specific products and services like, Gaga bundles that enable them to express themselves a little bit better. They stream loads. They require special different packages, different opportunities that are a lot more affordable for them to do the things that they would like to do. So we have come up with customized packages for our young people to enable them express themselves, to enable them do the things that they do, and they do those things in lump sums. Yeah.
Absolutely. But when you look at, now that you bring out enabling young people and how creative they are, how versatile they are, how, they're very quick. It's like a beat. It's a bit, you cannot hold them back because they have got a lot to do, and it's a creative world. It's explosive. You are working within a market that has got several telecom companies and has got very, very curious young people that try different things at every given hour. So how are you able to keep the young people coming back to MTN? What are you doing different to be able to have these people come to you, the 70%?
And it's interesting that you say that. It is actually this this whole narrative that you have so very ably mentioned that is driving us with the Free Your Fire campaign, because we know for a fact that, you know, the young people are always on the pulse. They are creating, they are innovating. And sometimes, you know, the journey, there are pressures that come with that, you know, and uncertainties. They do not know for a fact whether this is going to pan out or it won't. And, you know, sometimes they don't even see the whole, you're just seeing one staircase. You can't even see the whole.
Passion.
It's just a passion. And we are saying that that is exactly what you need to fire up, because MTN has provided you with platforms and a network, you know, to enable you do all those things. So, for example, you know, the data, the voice bundles, the platforms like mobile money, My MTN app, which enables you to control all your spend, your charges. You can monitor how you're spending your hard-earned money, you know, and all those things. So, what this is doing is that we are giving our customers a platform for them to do a lot more. Yeah.
We have lots of changes currently happening within the technology world. We have AI. How is MTN Uganda, you know, growing into this? Because somebody, a Gen Z might look at MTN and think, oh, how old, you know, it's such an old company. It's like you know, it's an old company, that's the truth, and has got a huge footprint across Africa. But then you notice times are changing, and we were speaking about that before you came in with a few other panelists. The times are changing. The young people are demanding for different things according to the times we're in. So how is MTN Uganda working with things like AI to be able to match the demands of today's young population?
Allow me actually spin that question a little bit differently, because even before we start talking about AI and all the capabilities that it is able, and the things and the magic that it creates, behind the scenes, there is a lot of capacity that has to, first of all, be developed by, and thankfully MTN is in the lead of that. For example, robust servers to enable, carry this very, very high capacity. You need a network with, you know, that can stream with the high level of, you know, bandwidth and latency, very low latency, to ensure that, you know, you're getting the real-time effect of AI. So MTN has really, really invested heavily. You know, we have a robust, you know, data center right here in Namave, and, you know, scaling up a lot of storage required for AI and all. So even before we start talking about what AI can do, has there been investment to ensure that there's capacity to actually enable this kind of technology? And the question to that, the answer to that question is actually yes. And what have we done now? We have rolled out a very aggressive campaign through our device partners to ensure that, you know, first and foremost, we have the right devices on top of having the right network, right capacity, the right internet with the right speeds. 5G capacity is really rolled out already in this country and with MTN, and we are really, really enabling. And this is what I mean by providing the platforms and the technology required for the young people to dream and do everything that AI can enable them to do.
Let's speak more about your community involvement as MTN Uganda, your social corporate responsibility. What are you doing apart from selling services and actually making a profit as a business to Ugandan people? Interesting,
good question. MTN is not just about products and revenue and you know, and all that, but under MTN we have what we call the MTN Foundation. The MTN Foundation has one sole mandate: corporate social responsibility. And we at MTN not even call it corporate social responsibility, we call it corporate social investment, because we are investing into our customers. We are investing into a country that has enabled us operate. And under the MTN Foundation, we focus a lot on education and maternal health. And of course, we are championing the digital education conversation in this country, as well as you know, maternal health. Really, really passionate about safe deliveries. We are passionate about mothers and children, and ensuring that, you know, that is really well taken care of.
One of the biggest challenges that young people in our country face is a lack of activity. We saw on the news that some of them were arrested and all that because somebody would just say they are idle and doing all that. How is MTN trying to help our young people in Uganda? And that is not because it's your mandate, but rather a responsibility or an offer as an old company that has observed the trends in the country, how the young people are, what they need. How have you interested yourselves in assisting our young people get either employment or maybe just activity like hubs where they can become creative and get off the streets?
So it's a good question that you actually ask that, because today I could have come here and said and just started talking about selling bundles and our airtime and but we actually do believe that the young people who have the dreams and have the beliefs and have the ambitions, but they just lack a spark. They just lack a spark. And today we are not here to necessarily talk about buying bundles, but we're just saying if you believe in yourself, that hustle, that dream, and you're a young person, and you have this idea that somehow you feel challenged, we're just saying free your fire. Spark. We are providing a spark, and through our networks, we believe and we know that we have the right tools for you to get innovative, pick yourself up somehow and get walking. Crawl if you must, but move.
Yeah. Don't stay in one place. Okay, so any last words, John Paul, as we finish this conversation, to our young people with the dreams, ambitions, and who are looking forward to achieving their goals?
To our young people, MTN comes to you this season, and we will be scaling it out. I'm sure you have seen the experiences on the roads with the MTN Free Your Fire taxi. We will be going to Arua, Masaka, on all parts of the country. And what we are saying is free your fire. Those dreams, those visions, those ambitions, those beliefs and innovations that you're coming up with, you need a network that supports you and believes in you. And MTN is saying we have the right tools and platform, and our data is there to enable you achieve these dreams.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming here on Morning at NTV. John Paul Okwi is from MTN Uganda, and he is talking to us about what's available at MTN Uganda and how can you as a young person take advantage of this in order to achieve your dreams and be helped in the right direction. Thank you once again, and we've come to the end of that. This is us.